Welcome back to Chasing the Dream on Alma, Missouri. So we're on August 2nd now. Nothing really in the store yet. We're going to go down over where our wheat field was before. And we're going to cultivate it. It's got some weeds popping up, but we're going to cultivate it. I might do a little test to see that after I cultivate it if it can take on more nitrogen or not. We try to put a bunch down on this field, see what it would do for us, and the results, yeah, we're okay. Move the mic a little closer. But yeah, cultivate this quick. I need to get some digestate down on that meadow above us, but we should get a pretty decent return again off this by putting in winter barley. And then we'll be able to put soybeans in, so it'll be a nice little double crop. Like I said, I'm thinking we can double crop this one. I don't think we're gonna, I think we looked at it real quick. When we harvest corn, ooh, no. Yeah, we could, if we can harvest corn right off. Same with soybeans, which I don't know if we can. I mean, it could be ready. We might be able to get barley on all of those fields and have a nice turnover that way. And like I said, then we'll turn this into a soybean or something else. And then obviously those other fields across the road will definitely be soybean and corn again, I think. Just because we can make a pretty good buck off that, especially once we get a corn dryer system set up. Which is what I'm trying to still figure out. So maybe by next episode could have it set up. But we shall see. Let's swing this right around. It shouldn't take us too long. But yeah, I mean, as you see, we're at 500,000 right now in the bank account, and we got almost another full truckload of solid fertilizer we could go sell off if we needed to. I think I'm just gonna fill up the storage down there because I think we get a pretty large amount in there, if I remember correctly, when we were doing it. Try not to get buried in here. So with that being said, I think that's what we're going to do is, you know, stockpile it down there to whatever the silo can hold. It should be a fairly good amount. We still get winter wheat and winter rye down there as well. Like I said, we're going to push the barley, which in turn will produce a fair amount of straw for us as well. And if we end up with an abundance of straw, we can always put it in our mini BGA. So I think that's a win-win. But allow us to have a crop through the winter, kind of protect the land a little more. And then, yeah, get the, raise this up here and put down the beans. Because if we look at the calendar, right, so we'll be able to get soybeans in. We won't be able to double crop corn. Unfortunately, that cycle's a little off for that. So, but we'll be able to do the tail end of soybeans, and then the following year you won't be able to do much with it. But I'm thinking the cornfield now, we turn that into the barley. And then next year the other field, maybe we'll just put oilseed radish down for the time being to cover that, and we'll, you know, plant corn there in the spring. So, yes, thinking ahead, we will have to leave one field, but I'll probably leave the soybean field for corn. And then we'll do beans again where the corn is. I think that's our best crop rotation bet for the time being. Being able to double crop, you know, will really turn out a pretty good. Oops, that took a little while to drop. Thought I timed it right, I guess not. So there we go. But yeah, that'll, I think, balance things out. It'll keep us pretty busy, which is kind of what we want. I feel bad sometimes when we're in these filler episodes. You know, do I jump ahead 2 months? Or do I, show you guys the in-between grind with the tedious tasks? But let me know in the comments what you prefer. If you're okay with going 2 months ahead, or if you want to sit back and wait and watch all the extra tedious stuff. Try to get squared up here. Done a pretty bad job. Soil looks pretty good though. Like I said, we're gonna grab the tanker after and see if we can put some more digestate down here. Just out of curiosity. We can plant this next month. When we can do the barley, so that'll work out. And I mean, ultimately too, I think the soybean, I think we planted that a little late. I could be wrong. I don't know if we planted that the same month that we planted corn. If that's the case, that field's not going to be able to be double cropped anyway, because the barley won't be ready in time for us to double crop next year. So we got to keep that in mind. Because the last thing we want to do is, put down barley and then have a large field with nothing coming out of it. So there's that late. So it seems when I turn, I get that late drop mechanic. Or delayed, but it's alright. We gotta make another pass down that way, so I'll clean that up. Like I said, yeah. We are cruising. We're starting to really bring the income in, which is, that was the priority, right? If I did this right, I should be able to... Oh, missed a spot. Let's back it up. Yeah, so it doesn't like to drop as quick when turning. That is now noted. See how clean I can get this final pass. Or if this will be the final pass. I don't think so. I think we're going to just miss a little on the right. Yep. I know I could probably move it over a little more on that, but it's alright. We got to swing down and clean up this little section. And we'll follow it out. Creek's pretty high right now. We got a lot of rain early in the month. So, definitely some high water levels. We've also got some cleaning of tractors and equipment to do, so I'm gonna fold this up, and that's what we're gonna go do, is switch out, grab the tanker, and start laying down some digestate up there. So I'll see y'all in a bit. So I did not realize it, but we had a broken shank, so we're gonna have to fix that. Got one back here, you kinda see it right there. I think my hand, the little hand image is on it. There's another one further back, so something on that side clanks pretty good. Broken shank. And two, yeah, that's the little bills of repair. That's what we'll call those. We're going to take the Steiger. We haven't used this in a little while. It's a little dirty. It's alright. I think last time we took it out was actually when we plowed. Looks like the fuel's good. But, like I said, we're going to go, just finishing up August duties and responsibilities and stuff like that. We'll fill this up with some digestate from up here. And then we will get to some fertilizing. Like I said too, the other thing, we just want to test, can I put down any more digestate on the field that we're going to be putting just barley in. Because I think that can have a pretty high nitrogen level and be alright. Don't quote me on that though. Almost just took out the fence there. Lovely. Get this forward a little more. There we go, fill it up. We We do got the GPS, so we could break that out to get some smooth operating lines. Alright, so that's full. So we are burning through some digestate now. I will say that with the fertilizer, we are going through it, which is good. Because once we start putting silage in there, that's going to back right up again. Doesn't take it long to fill back up. I think we already got like 14 or 15,000 liters of digestate down in the fermenting plant as well. So it's moving. And I still see some of you recommended I should definitely be doing rolling on this, but also, doesn't it take like a whole nother cycle? If I'm not wrong. So for me, if it takes a whole nother cycle, we're okay not rolling it for now. Maybe at the end of the year, once we know it's our last cut, I'll go over and roll it down, get a little extra fertilization out of it. But we've got so much digestate, which let's I want to see, we're backing up here. It just automated the amount of digestate we're putting down. Should be a little bit better. Yeah, definitely looks like we're starting to burn through a little more digestate there. For some reason the manual one, which maybe it was turned down when I changed tractors, but this will give it some. And worst case scenario, I'm wondering if we could go over the second time. But we should get one more cut out of this when we do October, so that'll be pretty good. That's what we want. You know, getting 4 total cuts. Like I said, we baled 1, and we should have 3 silage ones by year's end. Be really cool if we could sneak out a 5th one, but I think they say once you reach November, December, even if there's no snow, don't do it, because it will ruin the yield the following year. I've never really tested that theory, so I don't know how true that is. I've never really need to harvest that time of year. But for us in a money-making situation, it might not be a bad thought. But we'll work this, and I'll see y'all after that. So we've got the digestate spread. Our little test didn't work. Well, we know that you can't just throw more digestate on it to change the pH level. That's part of the game. Even though we did just cultivate it, so we get that out of the way. It's been a pretty busy morning. We got cultivating done. You know, still not sure yet what I'm going to do over there on that field. But for right now, we will drop this here. Pull forward a little bit. We'll probably run through the days and we'll see if anything else comes up on sale. Let's go to actually, you know, our farmyards. Trying to think too. So this over here is 451, right? We got 504 grand. I mean, we could buy, you know, some of these smaller fields, right? Get a little off of them. Down here, this large section, 620. We don't have enough for that, but 51 acres total comes with. Could be a good place again to, you know, really expand things. Still, I don't know why, I'm still drawn to it, even though we probably should buy field 17. Or plot 17. You got this one, 544 up here. Big straight long field. Also a possibility, you know. This one not really looking forward to. It's almost $1 million and it's going to take a lot of work, just like this plot of land over here. We get quite a bit off of them. You know, 106 acres. Crazy. I think too, the other option is, you know, this one's 204,000. We could cut a road around and through the tree line. That would allow us to connect from both sides of that field and kind of give us a shorter run if we ever needed to get down to town. But other than that, nothing really to me stands out, you know. Thought about, okay, what about some of these grass fields maybe? You know, they all come. We got the farm by town, right? Grass fields are expensive. $325. And, you know, we're here, 92 acres. Not even the biggest field on this map, as we know 22 is, which you take those trees out and you get a full 106 acres out of it. 92 acres down here. This one's 62 acres. These fields are pretty decent down here. I wouldn't say no to possibly buying some of those. Thought about, you know, this field over here. But for 11 acres, 142 grand. It's a world of debating, you know? Always got to be in the debate. Honestly, right now, we don't really need to buy any fields until the spring if we make it through the winter well. And I think I would just buy the one next to the yard. Would be the easiest direction to go. But, like I said, we're going to fast forward through some time. And we'll see where we end up. See y'all in a bit. So, we are rolling on through. We're still in the middle of August. Hopefully this will be full soon. But, you know, we got some stuff done through those middle weeks of August. What I'm talking about is this. You might notice we got some elevation changes. Some stone sand mixture piled up over here. Kind of created some ledges. You know, bank account's down a lot of money. We're down to about 129 grand in there. So we leveled off this area right here. Thought about maybe we could get away with going a little higher and have a slope up, but I was advised not to do that by our engineers in the town. So they create 2 tiers instead, and as you can see, they just completed it. Amazing timing, how quick they were with it. But we've got a grain drying silo, and we've got, well, let's start with the warehouse. You know what? Let's run over here for our new machine shop. This is by Legacy Ag, by the way. But look at this. I mean, this is a nice little thing. Got some signs already put up, decorated. They put all this up pretty quick. We got electricity in here. We still got to work on the heating thing before winter. The guy couldn't come out and do that, but we'll do a lot of maintenance over here now. Pretty easy, you know? Straightforward. A little office space back here, a little desk space. Got the PTO that we've been having issues with on the feed cart. So, but yeah, and some storage up there. So that's that. And then we'll run over here. But this is what I'm excited for. I mean, we had to do it. We're going to start drying corn. So why not? We need something with some size, because we're going to have quite a bit of corn coming in. Especially next fall. I really want to push the amounts of corn we have if we can get another field. But we dry corn, and very nice setup. I put some slab down for it. But all in all, I think this came out pretty good. You know, this also make it a little easier for our trailers to get into the barnyard as well. Because we had that slope there. Now that slope's kind of gone. Give them a little more radius turn to work with. But yeah, that's going to do it, I think, for August. Because I don't foresee us having anything on August 3rd or that final week. So we've got a lot accomplished. That's a big project we took on. And, you know, it's good to go now. So, yeah, well, thank you all for continuing to support the channel. Till next time. Farmer Taz out.